All right, Job chapter 24. Why seeing times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his days? I thought this was a little awkward from our perspective, so I determined that what Job is saying here is that he does not understand why the godly are not allowed to understand the times and trials men are subjected to. If they know God and God knows the times, why is this knowledge not transferred? Verse 2. Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They drive away the ass of the fatherless, they take the widow's ox for a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. Behold, as wild asses in the desert, go they forth to their work, rising betimes for a prey. The wilderness yieldeth food for them and for their children. They reap every one his corn in the field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the mountains, and embrace the rock for want of a shelter. They pluck the fatherless from the breast, and take a pledge of the poor. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry, which make oil within their walls, and tread their winepresses, and suffer thirst. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out, yet God layeth not folly to them. So this clause, yet God layeth not folly to them, I didn't quite understand what that meant, so I consulted the pulpit commentary, and they say, yet God layeth not folly to them. Yet God seems to take no notice. He gives no sign of disapproval, but allows the oppressors to go on in their foolish courses unchecked. That makes sense. I mean, it grammatically makes sense. Metaphysically, we've got issues. Verse 13. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. The eye also of the adulterer waiteth for the twilight, saying, no eye shall see me, and disguiseth his face. In the dark they dig through houses, which they had marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light. For the morning is to them even as the shadow of death. If one know them, they are in the terrors of the shadow of death. He is swift as the waters, their portion is cursed in the earth. He beholdeth not the way of the vineyards. Drought and heat consume the snow waters, so doth the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall forget him, the worm shall feed sweetly on him. He shall be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evil entreateth the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. I didn't understand this. I had to... he evil entreateth the... It sounded confusing to me. So again, I consulted the pulpit commentary. He evil entreateth the barren that beareth not. Oppressors of another class are perhaps here spoken of, or perhaps there is a mere return to the idea with which Job's enumeration opened, which was the oppression of the weaker and more defenseless classes, as barrenness in women was considered the greatest possible misfortune. You can consult 1 Samuel 1, 5 through 8, and again 1 Samuel 3, 1 through 10. So opposing one that was barren indicated extreme cruelty, and doeth not good to the widow, i.e. neglects to vindicate her cause, an admitted part of man's duty. So let's read that again. He evil entreateth the barren that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. All right. He draweth also the mighty with his power. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. Verse 25. And if it be not so now, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? The Cambridge Bible for schools and colleges had a very eloquent interpretation of this. And I think that we should meditate on it going forward. I'm going to read the entire thing. Job, alas, is only too sure of his facts, and conscious that he has history and experience at his back, he victoriously exclaims, "Who will make me a liar?" Job has gained his victory over his friends, right, by establishing that the wicked prosper, but he has received, or rather inflicted on himself, an almost mortal wound in achieving it. He has shown that God's rule of the world is not just in the sense in which the friends insisted that it was just, and in the sense in which his own moral feeling demanded that it should be just. God is not righteous in the sense that he punishes wickedness with outward calamity and rewards the righteous with outward good. So far, the three friends are defeated, and with their defeat on the general question, their inferences from Job's calamities as to his guilt fall to the ground. To this extent, Job has gained a victory. But his victory, if it secures the possibility of his own innocence, leaves to his mind a God whom he believes to be unrighteous. For his view of what could be called righteousness in the ruler of the world coincides entirely with the view of his friends. So that's a deep and heady subject to ponder. Okay, see you later.